More students are coming forward in the lawsuit against a former USC physician.
Interim President Wanda Austin presented the state of the university to faculty. We'll take you inside the event.
And we'll hear more from our newly elected USG president, vice president, and senators.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Live from USC, you're watching Annenberg TV News.
Of course, it's disappointing to have, another sexual misconduct lawsuit come out of the Student Health Center here, because that is a place that we should be able to trust.
Students are speaking out against a lawsuit against a former Engelman Health Center doctor. Good evening, I'm Natalie Ruxton.
And I'm Angel Viscarra. One lawsuit attorney says more former patients of Dr. Dennis Kelly will soon be joining the suit. Our reporter Leah Zhang talked with current and former students who had similar experiences.
Dr. Dennis Kelly worked at the Engelman Health Center for about 20 years. One USC student who is not involved in the lawsuit told us he suffered a similar experience at the health center.
I, like other students, went to him to get prep. I remember feeling really ashamed and embarrassed by my sexual practices. He basically just, slut-shamed me, and I left crying, actually.
PrEP is a daily medicine to lower the chances of getting HIV. PANKEY tried, but couldn't avoid Dr. Kelly.
He was recommended to me as the men's sexual health doctor here. And so I didn't feel like I had any other choice but to see him again.
A former USC student shared his experience with Dr. Kelly in an Instagram story.
He told me that I do not need it, I should just stop sleeping around. And so that was difficult to hear.
Dr. Kelly told the LA Times he was blindsided by the lawsuit and denies the allegations. This is the second lawsuit to be filed against the USC doctor who treated the students here at the USC Health Center. The first lawsuit was against USC gynecologist George Tyndall, who accused of sexual misconduct and assault. USC agreed to pay a massive settlement of $215 million to victims. A USC alum says USC students need a safe healthcare environment.
I think it's generally really important that universities take their medical care facility and keep a high level of accountability for their practitioners.
A USC representative says the school is concerned about these allegations and cares deeply about the entire Trojan family, including the LGBTQ+ community. For Annenberg Media, I'm Leah Zhang.
A settlement was filed last night in the sexual abuse lawsuit involving former USC gynecologist George Tyndall. Victims will receive a total of $215 million. The agreement will also require USC to implement a number of new policies to ensure student safety. Some of the new policies will include background checks for all student health employees who will interact with patients, proper staffing so female patients will have the option of seeing female doctors, mandatory sexual assault prevention training for students, methods for submitting anonymous feedback, and sensitive exam guidelines for doctors. Elisabeth Treadway is one of the victims.
In the room with him by myself. He had me undressed from the waist down, had a piercing at the time, and he started to play with it. He inserted his fingers and felt around inside me for what felt like forever. He said he thought it was herpes, and he said I should never tell anybody that I have it, that between that and the piercing they would know what kind of woman I was.
It's not yet clear when the policies laid out in the settlement will take effect.
Interim President Wanda Austin assured the USC community the school is in good financial shape. She delivered an upbeat State of the University address despite the scandals that are costing hundreds of millions of dollars.
I want to be very direct with you. The financial health of our university is very strong and very stable. Over the past year, We've confronted some unexpected issues and costs. Those issues are difficult, but we're making many important changes that will strengthen the university moving forward.
Austin focused on increasing community engagement with USC's outreach programs, recent faculty achievements and awards, and improvements to USC's Student Health Center after the Tyndall scandal. Faculty seemed to like what they heard.
I'm really optimistic for the future of USC based on everything I'm seeing and hearing from Wanda. I'm really excited about all the new programs. The emphasis on wellness, I think, is really important.
I think that what what President Austin is representing in terms of diversity, in terms of sort of opening our doors and maybe tearing down walls with the neighborhoods of our urban landscape here in LA, is really a big deal.
Austin said the search committee has some excellent candidates who could become the next USC president, but she did not indicate when a decision might be announced.
It's official, USC has a new student body president, and that is sophomore TRENTON Stone. The new vice president is junior MAHIN TAHSIN, and earlier today I had the chance to sit down and chat with USG's newest leaders.
It's been crazy. We pretty much met with Debbie and Blake last night, and they said, you know, the job starts tomorrow. So
wow.
Already met, already have lots of plans in the works, and starting off strong. So
what's maybe one strength you feel that your campaign had that really separated you from some of the other tickets?
Yeah, I would say one strength that we had is just that MAHIN and I, you know, really did this for the student body to give another choice to everyone. And so out of anything, I think a lack of maybe personal intentions or personal ideologies by any means, that really lacked in our ticket, and I think really reflects that we just are here for the student body and to start work for them.
Trent and I especially work well together because of our work ethic, and I think that really showed within the 3 weeks that we put all of this together, especially during the week of voting. You could find either Trenton and I or a true sale from 8:30 to 6, like every single day, and I think that really will reflect in the position.
Wait, so when you say 3 weeks, you mean like literally this whole thing, the inception to the victory was 3 weeks?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
MAHIN approached me, you know, when the other tickets announced, and we went from that day.
There was a bit of, you know, an infractions hearing. Do you think if that in any way kind of impacted the ways things played out?
Not really. I think it came towards the very tail end of the elections anyway, but I mean, it happens. There's misunderstandings.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's resolved.
Yeah, every single presidential ticket had a hearing. Most of them I know, including with Senate candidates and their hearings, a lot of them were cleared, some of them weren't. Ours was cleared in the end, and the hearing happened after voting ended. So I wouldn't say it had an impact, and I think in the end we were resolved of it as well. I just hope that we're able to garner the respect and the relationships with administrators, and be able to just make sure that USC represents that voice going forward. I think USC is a great school, and I just hope that people can be able to navigate it more effectively going forward. That resources, both when it comes to decision making from administrators, but also from USG actions and the things we run, that things are transparent, accessible, and overall are positioned to empower students. So that would be my goal in the end.
All right, and I think it's worth noting that the Stone TAHSIN ticket took the election by more than 300 votes, despite being write-in candidates. Stone and TAHSIN will begin their term in early April. The new lineup of USG senators was just announced.
Annenberg Media's Evan Falstrup spoke to 7 of the 12 winners, and he joins us now from the Media Center.
That's right, Natalie. No surprise, they all say they're very excited to be representing the USC student body. I spoke to them about what their priorities are for the next year.
Looking forward to meeting with leaders of different student groups, different administrators, and seeing what their vision for USC is.
I feel like words can't even comprehend how excited I am to be representing my student body. Being a Latino representative on a board that has no other representation like my own, it's crazy. It's just a crazy feeling.
Trying to get some more resources available. I'm really excited to work with the new senators. I think they're all absolutely amazing, and I think we're going to do some really great things.
I'm definitely relieved in general that the campaign process is finally finished, but it's just so great to know that everything paid off, and more importantly that next year we get to do what we wanted and we get to help students.
Super excited to work with other senators who have very similar platform points as us, especially in health and wellness, in the whole restructuring of the Student Health Center, especially with mental health resources. And
I think we saw everyone in a more professional setting during the campaign, and then right after it ended, we're like, okay, let's go to dinner. And I think it was nice seeing everyone really connect with the difficulties that we had during the campaign.
We understand that a lot of things can't happen in 1 year because it goes by very quickly, but even just planting the seed for it, and if you come back in 5 years and see that it's there, that would be pretty amazing.
The new senators promise to work together. If they're successful, maybe Congress could learn a thing or two from them. Natalie, back to you.
Thanks, Evan. A new study by the Annenberg Inclusion Initiative finds more women and people of color are represented in the top 100 films of 2018. A total of 40 films in 2018 featured a female in a leading or co-leading role in the top 100 films. This is an increase of 20% since 2007 and an increase of 8% since 2017. While women and people of color are making strides in representation in film, some women in the USC community are skeptical.
We're really recognizing the problems. We're acknowledging the achievements and the strides that are being made, but also noticing where things can be improved on, and really just take advantage of all the resources that we have here to represent our own stories in the most authentic way.
When you look at I think 2007 to now, the representation of women in lead roles in films has almost doubled. And the same with underrepresented women and people of color in films. So it's very exciting to see, but like I said, I'm just kind of cautiously optimistic because I've been excited about this before.
The Oscars will air on Sunday, February 24th, and even though there are no female director nominees, prominent films with leading female roles are nominated for Best Picture.
Millions of trees die in California each year. We spoke to an expert to find out why.
Mayor Garcetti announced plans to employ thousands in LA's homeless population.
And NASA made a major announcement about the Mars rover. We'll tell you more after the break.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
迷惑ボーイ。
ここはなんとかしなくちゃ。
スーパーカインドの交通機関案内。
When you ride on the bus or rail, don't eat popcorn, meat, or kale. Food can smell and it makes a mess. Keep LA Metro clean and fresh. Come along with me, let's go. It's time to ride on the Metro. When eating food causes problems, you know Superkind will be there to solve them. Come along with me, let's go. It's time to ride on the Metro. When eating food causes problems, you know Superkind will be there to solve them.
Garcetti announced a campaign to give 5,000 homeless people jobs. The initiative is called Everybody Works.
We think about homelessness as being solved by housing. It is in the immediate term, but homelessness can be a condition that you return to even with walls around you. Nothing stops homelessness more than a job. Our role is not to lessen or reduce homelessness. Our goal is to eliminate homelessness.
Organizations like Goodwill, Southern California, and the Women's Center downtown are teaming up with Garcetti to combat homelessness in LA.
Drivers may be fined up to $1,000 for misusing disabled placards and special license plates. This is a recommendation approved today by the Transportation Committee of the LA City Council. Some people use disabled parking placards and special license plates that are invalid. They also use them to transport people that the placards are not issued to. In 2013, this misuse was prohibited by the City Council, but there were no fines. If the plan is approved by the City Council, fines would range from $250 to $1,000. The Transportation Committee has asked the City Attorney to draft an ordinance that would impose these fines. The measure would go then to the City Council.
NASA has officially given up trying to contact the Mars rover named Opportunity. The vehicle sent back data for a remarkable 14 years, but stopped communicating 8 months after a major dust storm. The golf-sized rover was expected to function for 3 months, but wound up exploring the planet's surface and collecting data on the Mars atmosphere for more than 14 years. Opportunity was also the rover credited with uncovering signs that there was once water on the planet. And you know where there is water is Los Angeles. Angel, how are you feeling about the rain that's coming in tonight?
Well, look, I'm a Southern Californian who just gets sick of feeling these little trickles and drops on me, so I could do without the rain. But for more on weather, we'll toss it on over to our weather anchor, Emily Hirsch.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's been raining all afternoon here in Southern California and Los Angeles. Let's look at the forecast. Outside right now it's 54 degrees and it's still raining. Let's check out tomorrow. Fingers crossed there's not rain, but looking at the forecast, it seems that up in Big Bear it's going to be 42, down in Palm Springs 60, San Bernardino 59, and Riverside 60. Still going to be raining across this area. Up in Northridge, it's going to be 61, San Fernando, 59. Over in Thousand Oaks, it's going to be 61 along with 61 down in Malibu. Still raining across the area. Coming back down here, we have 64 in Long Beach, 63 at USC, 60 up in Pasadena, 60 in Sonoma, 63 down in Anaheim. And yes, it's still going to be raining everywhere tomorrow, guys, in Los Angeles. Let's look at the 5-day forecast. As well as tomorrow here at LA. At USC, it's 63. We're gonna be seeing more rain on Friday with a high of 57. Saturday, though, the sun's gonna come out for a bit, 62. And up on Sunday, the clouds are gonna come back out at 58. And Monday, the sun will be shining again. All this rain may be inconvenient, but it's offsetting the years of drought that's done so much damage to California. According to the U.S. Forest Service, 18 million trees died in California last year. Dead trees and dry conditions are contributing factors as to why the state lost nearly 2 million acres to wildfires last year. I spoke with Sherry Smith of the USDA Forest Service.
2016 in total across the state was 62 million. And then 2017 was 27 million. And then 2018 this year is about 18.5 million. So we're continuing to see a decline. But, you know, what folks have to realize is that trees don't just turn off and on in terms of their health and vigor.
It's unfortunate. So this rain is desperately needed, even if it does ruin Valentine's Day plans.
Ugh. I mean, but we gotta do it for the trees. They keep us alive, right?
Yeah, do it for the trees.
Yeah,
do it for the trees.
Do it for the trees. I mean, I don't have to worry about the Valentine's Day plans, but that's a whole nother story. Well, a lot of rain means a lot of snowfall. Alrighty. Heavy snowfall in the Sierra Nevada mountains means ski resorts will stay open all the way until summer. Mammoth Mountain announced that the slopes would be open until July 4th after a storm this weekend dropped 36 inches of snow in total. Over 120 inches have fallen this season, with an expected 24 inches expected this weekend alone. The last time the resort stayed open this late in the season was 2 years ago, when more than 600 inches of snow fell.
California lawmakers have proposed legislation that will allow students to have access to plant-based entrees and drinks in public schools. Campuses would also receive additional funding for serving vegan options, staff training, and other technical assistance to help boost school participation. Many believe this will keep students healthy, help meet climate change goals, and save money in the long run.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, it's a big time for sports always here on the USC campus. We're going to be tossing things on over for more with our sports anchor, Chloe Chrysikopoulos.
Thanks so much, Angel. It's the battle for California this weekend, as most of USC's teams are taking on their California rivals. USC women's senior swimmer Riley Scott was in studio talking about their big race versus UCLA. USC men's basketball was talking about the tough matchups ahead and the adjustments they need to make.
Guys, honestly, 5 more minutes. Like.
迷惑ボーイ。
ここはなんとかしなくちゃ。
スーパーカインドの交通機関案内。
I see you blocking the aisle. That's a rude thing to do. This causes problems because people can't get around you. So when you bring your things like bags or luggage, put them in the proper place. That's metro etiquette. When you're on the train, you need to leave some space so we can go about our day. Don't block the doors or block the aisles. That is not okay. You need to leave some space, so can you please get out the way? Leave some room for the rest of us.
Super Kind のように優しくね。
USC women's swim and dive team competes for the Crosstown Cup this weekend. The 14th ranked Trojans take on the 20th ranked Bruins at home on Friday at 12 p.m. and Saturday at 10 a.m. 4-time All-American and 2-time Pac-12 champion Riley Scott was in studio talking about the UCLA meet and her goals for the season.
Senior year, I'm really looking to have a great NCAAs, but that also is included in having a great Pac-12s. The better I do at UCLA this week on Friday and at Pac-12s in 2 weeks, that'll just set me up well to do well at NCAAs, and that's my main goal, is to place highly, become an All-American in individual races at NCAAs.
I'm excited to watch Riley compete on Friday. The Trojans are coming off 2 conference losses and hoping to get an important conference win against the Bruins to close their regular season. I'm joined by Taylor Begley to talk more about the matchups.
Thanks, Chloe. It's a California-filled week in sports, so we're going to play a little game and tell you more about the in-state matchups we have ahead. Chloe, do you want to do the honors?
Let's do it. Okay, well, we have UCLA. Women's swim is taking them on. We talked a little bit about them earlier, so let's make sure that we all go and support our women's swim team.
Yeah, they definitely want to see the fans out there. They love the support, so definitely go watch them. Let's see what else we have. Cal, so men's basketball will be taking on the California Golden Bears on Saturday at 5 p.m. up in Northern California. And with that matchup, USC won earlier in the season against the Golden Bears, but the Golden Bears have not had a win in conference play this season, and they're ranked dead last in the Pac-12. So hopefully the men can pull this one out.
We also have women's basketball up in Cal. The women are 4-8 in the Pac-12, so they're hoping to go up to Cal and get another important conference win. We really need Minion Moore to come out strong. She's been our offensive and defensive leader this season. And we need to stop Christine Anjouet, who has been Cal's leading rebounder, and she is leading the nation in rebounds.
Wow. That'll be tough. We also have some other matchups in the Bay Area at Stanford, starting with men's basketball tonight. They will be playing at 8 p.m. and that's another team that they beat earlier in the season, but Stanford's interesting. Earlier this year, they took Kansas all the way to overtime in their game against the Jayhawks, and Kansas is a perennial power in the college basketball world, so that'll be an interesting matchup. We'll see if the Trojans can pull that one out.
Definitely. And we mentioned men's basketball, but this is an important weekend for our Trojans.
While USC should be favored in both Bay Area contests, the Trojans have struggled on the road this season, with only 1 win against Pac-12 opponents. Senior captain Benny Boatwright talks about what his team needs to do to turn things around.
They're really tough teams. Stanford's a good team. They got a top draft pick on their team, so it's tough to guard him. Cal, they play pretty well at home, so we have to come prepared, ready to go. Just mental lapses, down the stretch. You gotta have great. You have to be very aware of your surroundings, and we can't slip up. So we gotta get better at that.
Despite their struggles on the road, the Trojans have been successful against California schools, 6-1 to be exact, with the only loss coming to Santa Clara. USC is hoping to ride that streak through the end of the season with rematches against Stanford, Cal, and UCLA. That's it for sports today. Back to you guys.
Well, son of a gun, Taylor. You guys can't have all the fun. That thing looks pretty sick. I mean, we're like clamped and anchored back here behind the desk. But during the commercial break, we're definitely going to get over there and give that thing a tug.
Definitely, Angel. Don't have a Valentine this year? A USC club threw a Palentine's party on campus.
And the Westminster Dog Show has a new top dog. We'll meet the big winner next. Oh.
Hey guys, Danny Trejo here. There was going to be a whole song and dance routine about how you should wait your turn to enter the train. But they got me, Danny Trejo, to talk to you instead. Look, when you don't wait your turn to enter the train, it's rude and potentially dangerous. And believe me, I know a thing or two about rude and dangerous. I'm Danny Trejo. Don't be like rude, dude. Be kind, like super kind. Excuse me.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Well, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, but if you're single and just want to enjoy some company, then try celebrating Palentine's Day with your friends. Palentine's Day is a gender-inclusive holiday to celebrate platonic relationships between friends. USC's Student Assembly for Gender Empowerment spearheaded an event on campus today by inviting people to enjoy some holiday treats.
A lot of people aren't happy that King, the wire fox terrier, is the winner of the 2019 Westminster Dog Show. The big win has caused quite the controversy, as wire fox terriers have won 15 best in-show titles out of the 112 awarded. That's far more than any other breed. The Scottish Terrier trails closely behind with just 8 titles. Although a cash prize isn't awarded to Best in Show, King has definitely won major bragging rights. All right, dogs, Valentine's Day, all great stuff.
All right, well, love is in the air here at Annenberg, but not for this news anchor.
Not for this one either.
Not that one either. Any plans? Anybody have anything going for them in life?
I'm expecting a postcard, so.
A postcard?
Postcard.
From where, may I ask?
Valentine abroad in India.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, Taylor Begley, any luck?
I am a big supporter of Galentine's Day.
There we go.
I'm there for it. I am there for it. I'm there for it.
Fantastic. Well, maybe we'll have better luck next year.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Natalie Ruxton.
And I'm Angel Viscarra. You can watch us on the web at uscannenbergmedia.com. Good night.